tonight we are going to do something a little bit different for dinner. We're having pizza. Now, the pizza isn't the groundbreaking part of it, but we are having a special pizza. We are going to make Asmongold's $2 pizza. I will link the video down below of his pizza recipe, pizza cooking technique. And we're going to see if it's worth it, if he knows what he's talking about. We're going to do his method, and then we're going to do it the traditional way of in the oven. And I will show you what we're working with. We are working with Totino's party pizzas, pepperoni specifically. And he swears by this, and we're going to see. I watched the video, rewatched the video earlier, took notes so that we can do this experiment correctly, and never know. Maybe Asmongold will watch us and we could say hi. According to Asmongold, this is the #1 pizza recipe, what he makes at 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was his struggle dinner back when he didn't have as much money, I'm assuming. Back also when Totino's party pizzas were like $1 each, and they are more than that now.
Inflation.
However, he says that he does not know how to use his oven, and instead he makes it in his mom's old roaster that they bought for $20 back in the day. Now, this is not the conventional roaster from years ago that people used to do for like turkeys or different meals, but I do have my Ninja on the bake setting, and so I think it will work similarly. The first step is you have to put some oregano on it. I have ground oregano. I could also use Italian seasoning, but I feel like oregano is more true to the recipe. And then of course you have to add extra pepperoni and extra cheese. Now, he was using the full fat stuff, but this is what I have. Step 1, you have to sprinkle the oregano on top so that it gets all in there. Next, you add the extra cheese, but not too much extra cheese according to Asmongold, because people who eat too much cheese are weird. So we got to find that perfect balance of extra cheese, but not a weird amount of extra cheese. Now we start the artistry of the pepperoni. You have to layer the pepperoni in a way as if you were setting up, what was it he said? An army. You have to set it up like your military, near each other, but not really on top of each other. I'm not quite sure if these pizzas are going to fit whole, so we might have to cut them in half. All right, stop shoving the cheese into your mouth.
As he said, he never knew anyone who ate a lot of cheese who wasn't weird.
Make sure you wash your hands because pepperoni has oily bits on it. He says he just puts it in there and then kind of forgets about it, and it usually burns. But we're going to keep an eye on it, and we're going to do a test pizza also in the oven, do it the regular way so we can do a little compare and contrast. But according to the directions on the back of the box, you're supposed to cook it at 450 for 12 to 15 minutes in the oven. So we're gonna kind of give it the same treatment. Now, the Ninja back here doesn't go up to 450, it only goes up to 425, so it's probably gonna take a little bit longer. But here we go, let's see. Also, Asmon used a rack to keep the pizza off the bottom, but I don't have one of those. So we're just gonna put it directly on there and hope for the best.
And make sure it doesn't burn.
Oh, I just messed it up. Dropping it in there. Now there's gonna be cheese stuck to it. Okay, there you go.
Yummy, yummy.
We're gonna do it for 15 minutes. Since I'm not cooking it quite at 450. Here we go.
How do you like making your pizza?
This stuff. Ground oregano.
Oregano?
Oregano. I like mine extra spicy. I don't know what this should taste like. That sounds bad.
Cheese Bay? Are you Cheese Bay?
Yes. It's a mustache.
Okay, so let's put this
Probably make a pizza.
in the oven. All right, we'll do it for 15 since the oven has to warm up still a little bit. Okay, we will see y'all in 15 minutes. Here are the oven pizzas. Pepperonis have definitely shriveled up some. There we go, there we go. So I think we'll let these cool for a few minutes before we cut into it. But it definitely seems pretty crisp. Let's look underneath. See if we can get a little gander of the crust. Can you?
Looks burnt.
It's probably because we laid it on the thing. All right, versus, let's see what the bottom looks like. And there's the crust of the oven.
Good.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it might get, because we don't have the rack.
Right.
So, but
Or
I mean,
maybe just 15 minutes is too long.
could be. But I mean, it's not inedible burnt.
I mean, you gotta figure, he's a gamer. You need it.
He said that he left it in there and half the time forgot about it, so it was always burned to begin with.
So it's gotta be at least
It's got to be a little burned.
one boss fight.
Yeah.
A raid wipe.
All right, time to cut. One thing I did notice that when I was bringing over Derek's pizza from the oven, his is definitely more floppy, whereas mine is more firm. So we're just going to cut it into fourths. A little crunchy, completely uneven. Let's try Asmon's first. Definitely tastes. It's a little burned. I like the crunch, the texture. So let's take a bite of the oven one. Not burned, but it is chewy. So even though I messed up kind of the bottom of this one, I think I do prefer Asmongold's pizza. So let's have the husband try it and see what he thinks.
A little burnt. Good crunch. It's $2 pizza. I think the happy ground is somewhere in between.
Right.
A little bit less maybe on the Asmongold's as far as cooking time, and it'd be awesome.
So do you think Asmon knows what he's talking about, or?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I feel like we could have gotten similar results with an oven, but it probably cooked faster in the Ninja, so we could try again with the shorter duration.
Yeah, I agree.
Or a longer duration in the oven. But efficiency-wise, it's probably the Ninja that's...
Do you give it 2 thumbs up? Would you do it again?
Sure. As often as I eat $2 pizza, yes, I would probably cook it this way again.
There you have it, folks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're about to make some s'mores, and I have a little hack for you. We have our marshmallow things, and the girl already used one, so that's why we have, it's all gunky. You stick it on there, you put it in your fireplace. I like mine burned. So, I like mine kind of toasty on the outside and melty on the inside. Okay, so once you get your marshmallow the way you want it, instead of using graham crackers and the chocolate and all that, we use the Keebler fudge stripes because it's got chocolate already on it, and the cookie gives you that same crunch. And then you just put it on there.
Big fat marshmallow.
Yeah. It's all gooey. There we go. And of course, it's still messy, like any s'mores is, but the crunch from the cookie, I think, is better than doing it with the graham cracker because it's a little bit more crunchy, a little bit better texture. But, and then you get the chocolate in every bite, and then you get all over your face. There you go. That's our s'mores hack. Enjoy.